Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you about how to raise your energy vibration. Why is it important, and also how to do it. In yesterday's episode, I was talking about how when we want to get in touch with our intuition and we want to rely on our intuition, that we have to make sure we're coming at it from a place of high vibration. Because I mentioned that when people have very low energy, it's hard to connect. And also, I think some of the things that happens too is if you have low energy or you have negative energy, then when you're connecting, you're going to hear things. You're going to put a negative spin on things, and that's not necessarily good either. So, first of all, why do we want to raise our energy vibration? Well, the very most important thing is that it makes you feel better. When you have low energy, you can feel very tired, very drained, and we tend to fall into that pattern of negative thinking when our energy is very low. So, having low energy is really not a good thing. It's all about feeling better and reaching for thoughts that feel better. And in order to do that, you have to also have energy that's vibrating at a higher frequency. So, our energy is basically what is going to help us keep our mindsets positive. So if our energy is low, it's harder for us to really be centered and to not let things get to us emotionally. But if our energy is vibrating at a higher frequency, then we're more able to be balanced and stable. We don't let things bother us as much. So it's important that you raise your energy vibration. And really, your energy is all about your core feelings and how you feel about yourself. So if you're worried and stressed out, you're going to have low energy, and that's not good for you. And like I said before, it's hard for you to connect with your intuition or to use your intuition if you're not vibrating at a higher frequency. When we're vibrating at a higher frequency, our minds become clear and receptive, and we're able to see our connection to the collective consciousness. And again, we're able to tap into our intuition more. So that's why you want to have energy that is high vibrating. So how do you get high vibrating energy? I mentioned a few ways before, the physical things you can do. You can for me, exercise is a great way to boost your energy and your vibration because it releases endorphins, which make you feel good. So exercising is one way, or just getting up and moving. If you're able to ground yourself, so going outside and getting in nature, putting your feet in the grass, just connecting to Mother Earth is a great way. But if it's cold and you can't get outside, crystals are another way, because crystals to me are another connection to Mother Earth. So you can hold a crystal like a clear quartz crystal. There are a lot of really good energy clearing crystals out there, and you just need to look up the crystals. And I think many of you probably already use them and you know all about them, so you don't really need me to tell you which crystals, but clear quartz is one if you have it. Another good healing crystal is amethyst, and there are many, black obsidian. There are so many out there that really help with clearing energy. So just do your research about crystals. And I always say, if you can, going to a place where you can actually pick them up is great, because you can feel the energy that comes from the crystals. Taking a salt bath with essential oils is another way. Listening to music, and there are a lot of music, like there are songs out there on YouTube that are made and created for the sole purpose of raising your energy vibration. So doing that. Meditating is a good way, doing tappings, and just clearing your space. All of those things are a good way to increase your energy and to increase the frequency of your energy vibration. But here's some other ways too. Feeling love vibrations is a natural state of high vibrating energy. Like if you can remember when you first fell in love with someone, or what it's like when you first start falling in love with someone, it's a great feeling. So if you express love towards others, or even just towards yourself, if every day you tell yourself, I love you, or you say that to other people, that is one way to raise your vibration. Another way is to make sure that you're finding joy and peace in each day. So what that means is whenever anything happens to you, like your day starts to turn into a bad day, and that happens to everyone. Before I was awakened, I used to call those days a waste of makeup. I'm like, why did I even get up this morning and do my hair and put on makeup, because it was a horrible day? But now I understand that we absolutely have the opportunity to turn our day around. So if things start happening to you and things are going poorly, then it's time for you to create a better feeling thought about that day. So how can we do that? For me, it's all about coming back to center. So I might close my eyes and take a moment and think about a time that made me really happy, or think about a place that makes me really happy, which for me would be on the beach. So I'm sitting on the beach, listening to the sounds of the waves and feeling the warmth of the sun on my face. Doing that little visualization and doing some breathing always brings me back to a place of center and a place of peace. So it's about catching the negative thoughts and turning them around. And you can totally turn your day around. If it starts going downward for you, you really need to quickly just take a moment and get back into a place of peace. And again, that visualization, either closing your eyes and visualizing a time in your life when you were really happy and feeling the emotion of that time, or closing your eyes and visualizing a place that makes you really happy and you're there. So if you're like me and you're one of those people who envisions being at Disney World because that's your happy place, do it. Or my other happy place is the beach. So it's important for you to experience something that brings you joy. And you can do that in just a few minutes, and that will bring you quickly out of that funk that the mood put you in. Also, and I've said this many times, gratitude will change your mood from low and sour and angry to a feeling of joy and peace, because we have so much to be grateful for. We really do. And if you sit and look around at everything you have, it's easy to say, look at what I don't have. That's easy because our brains naturally want to focus on lack and focus on the negative and say like, oh, look at what you don't have. Your life isn't that great. But in all honesty, your life is amazing. You have so many things to be grateful for. You have much more than a lot of people have in their lives. And it's important for you to take time to really look around and see, what do I have to be grateful for? And when you start doing that, you'll realize how much you actually have. And when we say thank you to the universe for everything that we have and everything that we know we're getting, it's awesome because it raises your mood, it raises your vibration, and also it tells the universe, thank you for all of this, and I'm ready for even more things to come into me. And it's awesome. And you'll see things starting to shift when you do that. Also, you need to find hope when you're in a dark situation. There are so many people who are just lost and depressed and they feel hopeless. Hope brings a spark back into our lives. It helps us to feel like life isn't always going to be this way. Things will get better. I am going to see the sun again, because you will. And you really do have to hold on to the feeling of hope, because life can be an amazing thing if we allow it. So feeling hopeful is another way to raise your vibration. Also, another thing that you can do is to think of the things in life that inspire you. They could be people, it could be a book that you read, it could be a movie that you saw, but something that really inspired you. And then telling the universe, I'm grateful for this person who inspires me, or for this book that inspired me. And think about all of the ways that this person gave you inspiration, or this book gave you inspiration, and showing gratitude for that. Another thing you can do is to stop focusing on, again, lack, and instead look at all of the things that you have. But in another way, you can even take this one step farther. And so let's say you look around and notice you have all this food, you have more than enough. Maybe take a little bit of what you have and donate it to a food pantry. Or all the clothes that you have, take a look around, pull out what you no longer wear and donate it to another, again, either sometimes food pantries take clothes, or different organizations that take clothing. It's just a way of giving back and being grateful for what you have. And it really does raise your vibration. It makes you feel good to help other people. So in whatever way you can, helping people is also a good way to really raise your vibration. Also, you've got to let go of control and let go of how are things going to show up in my life, or why is this happening? Let go of the need to understand everything, because you're not going to understand everything all of the time. We're not really supposed to. And I believe that the reason we're not always supposed to understand is because it's asking us to have faith that we're being guided and that we're being protected. And if we knew the outcome of every situation, we would make different decisions. But it's all about learning how to really trust our intuition and trust that we're being guided, and making decisions based on that, not based out of fear. That's a big lesson for a lot of people, is learning how to let go of fear and stop making fear-based decisions. Because when you're making fear-based decisions, it's your ego that gets in the way. And your ego is telling you that you're not going to have enough, or this is never going to work out, or these are all the ways this could go wrong. And if you start looking at a situation with all of the ways it could go wrong before it even gets off the ground, you're just setting yourself up for failure. And why even bother? Who would ever bother trying anything new if that's what they thought? So you've got to let go of that. You've got to let go of the negative thinking and the fear-based thinking, and you've got to trust. You've got to let go of control of knowing how and when and why and where everything's going to show up, and just believe and have faith that it will. And when you start doing that, you start getting more into the flow of life, and life becomes a lot easier. Because what you're actually doing when you try to control everything is you're resisting what the universe naturally wants to bring you, which means that you're resisting your abundance. You're resisting the things you're wanting to see manifest in your life, because it's all about being in the flow. And when we're out of alignment, when we're out of the flow, we actually are making things harder for us. It's like if you had a mountain. You could either be on the side of the mountain where you're climbing up it and struggling, and it's really difficult. Or you could be on the side of the mountain where you're going back down it, and you're like, this isn't so bad. When we're out of alignment and we're out of the flow, it's like we're trying to climb up that mountain. But when we are on the other side, when we're just relaxing, enjoying life, allowing it to flow to us, we're in alignment, because we're allowing the universe to bring us what's naturally ours. And when that happens, life gets easier. You're not struggling to climb up this big mountain. You're just kind of breezing it, going down the mountain, and life is good. You're not struggling because you're not trying to control everything. First of all, you cannot control everything. You just don't have control over certain things. And the sooner you realize that, the easier your life will be. I used to drive myself insane trying to control every little aspect of my life, when the truth is I couldn't and I can't. And I think for me, it stemmed from, as a child, a lot of things happened to me that were out of my control. So I wanted to control everything so I knew I wouldn't get hurt, or I knew, I would be taken care of. And the truth is, you can't do that. You can't control everything. There's just no way. And certain things you can't control other people. So you're just going to drive yourself insane. So the biggest thing that you can do is to let go and just allow. I mean, it seems easy enough. It's hard to do, but just allow. Be open to receiving things, okay? A lot of people will say things like, I want material things to come to me. But another thing that we can ask for that we don't often think of is we can ask the universe to put people on our path who can help us, or to put opportunities on our path. Like if we're hoping for a better job, we can ask for better job opportunities to fall in our path. I mean, it's really crazy the way things can work out when you're really working with the universe. For example, if you want a job and you know that maybe you're not the most qualified person, the universe can make a lot of things happen. Like if, let's say, 3 people apply for the job and you're one of them and the other 2 are way more qualified than you, the universe could create an opportunity for one of the other people that's better, and that person's like, ooh, I want to go there. Or the universe could cause the other person's spouse to get a promotion where they have to move, so that job now won't be convenient for that person. I mean, there's just so many ways. That's just an example. But the universe can open up a lot of things for us. And we just have to trust and know that the universe is working behind the scenes on our behalf. And if we believe that and we trust that, we can let go and we don't have to resist things so much. So when you're raising your energy vibration, you're really opening yourself up to receive a lot more. You're receiving a lot more from your intuition and connecting to source energy. And you're also opening yourself up to receive all of the things that you've asked for. And that's a pretty amazing thing. And you may have noticed, sorry that my voice keeps going in and out. My allergies have been acting up this week, so it affects everything for me. It's like it starts in my eyes hurt, and then my sinuses, and then then I lose my voice. So that's fun. So anyway, it is really important for you to raise your energy vibration. If you really want things to start happening for you, you've got to get in the vibration of that. And a great thing you can do is just to do a really good meditation. I love the ones that really talk about you getting into the vortex. Those are great meditations. So if you do a search on YouTube about getting into the vortex, and I know Julia Treat had one, and I don't know if it was made public or if it was just for people who took her class, but she probably still has that out there. I think she did do one that's just public for anybody if you want to go check that out. Anyway, so there's only good things that can come when you raise your vibration. And I think the most important thing is that you're going to feel better. You're going to feel so much better when you actually raise your vibration, because you are going to be at peace. You're going to be experiencing gratitude and joy. So that in turn is going to make you feel better. So it's worth it if, you're able to feel better for yourself. All right, well, I picked a card for you guys today to end with, and this one is actually the Wisdom of the Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed, and the card is Tick Tock. It's timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. We have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind us and the future ahead of us. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything were happening now in a glorious timelessness of creativity and beauty, chaos and order? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to form and shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. And I think that is so, you can't even make that up, because I just picked that card. And we talked about divine timing, so that's amazing. So the relationship message with this card is love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. The clock is eternal and ticks according to your heart's schedule in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. And the prosperity message is your prosperity is co-created by your efforts as they occur in human-made time and the efforts of your most important manifestation partner, Spirit, in a divine, measureless timetable. So keep doing what you're doing, stay positive, and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if in no time at all you will align with your highest calling and your highest good, making your dreams come true and come together like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. I love that. And what did we just say? We were talking about high vibration, and it says stay positive and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. I love that. You can't make that up. I mean, it just goes perfectly with our message today. Well, that is awesome. And so guys, don't worry. It's all going to work out for you in divine timing. Just know that. Just trust that the universe is working behind the scenes on your behalf. But like everything, it's a process, and you will get there. You will. We all will. And it's going to be amazing when we do. All right, I want to thank you so much for being with me today. As always, if you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please share it with others. Please leave me a review from wherever you're listening. That helps others find me. And I want to thank you so much for those of you who have already done that. I really, really appreciate that. Also, don't forget that for the rest of January and all of February, my coaching sessions are 30% off. And my Love Your Life course is also $33. It's normally $88, but it's on sale right now for $33. All of these things as my Valentine's gift to you. I want everyone to be able to have the ability to heal their lives, because it makes such a difference when you heal the emotional pain that you've suffered. And honey, nobody gets through childhood without having some kind of emotional pain. It's the way it is. And when we heal that, we are healing ourselves and future generations. So it's definitely worth your time and investment to start living a life where you are healed and feeling better and emotionally free from the baggage you've been carrying around with you. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. I go live on Facebook Mondays at 5:30 Central, where I do a free card reading. And I also post videos of readings, and sometimes they're just channeled messages from the divine on Instagram. So check that out. I love you guys so much. I want to thank you for being a part of my soul tribe. I hope that you guys will have a magical day where you're noticing all of the blessings you have and looking forward to all of the many more blessings that are coming to you. Take care, make this a beautiful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.